Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at one announcement and one more move that got found in the game file right now in Pokemon Go, and there's quite a lot of interesting things we can talk about here today. And of course the announcement is going to be the Go Wild area. I don't know if you actually really noticed that one as well. That happened in the middle of the night for me, so if you're also from Europe, you most likely have not really seen anything towards it. But here I'm going to try to, of course, help you to check out all of the new news. We're going to have a new trailer here as well, which kind of going to showcase the Go Wild area, which is going to be in November. We're going to have more information towards it, like a lot more information coming up as well. We see quite a lot of poison type Pokemon here already. We're going to have a lot of electric type Pokemon running around as well on the side. So it's going to be mainly towards poison electric Pokemon for the good reason that the main feature of it is going to be the new Pokemon here that we just saw as well. And it's going to be a Pokemon that we talked about several times already. Here's also the date at the end. And it's going to be Toxtricity. Toxtricity is going to be a very interesting one. Here we're going to have a graphic, some Galax coming up very, very soon. But here, like some small things already put together. We're going to have Origin, the Algan Palkia going to return with its signature move. Hopefully we can use an Elite Team. I have a Shundo Palkia that I got from a raid. Please let me use an Elite Team. Thank you, Niantic. We're going to have Toxa and Toxtricity debut with Shiny and Dynamax, which is going to be a very interesting Pokemon again. I'm not going to take a look at Toxtricity for PvP in this video because I've done already, I think, like 2 videos of this Pokemon. There's no real need for me to do this anymore. Just check out my channel if you want to see on how good this Pokemon really is. And for those that don't want to look for a video, it is very, very good. Definitely going to be something you want to try to get for both Great League as well as Ultra League, if it's possible. We don't know about this yet. We're going to talk about this. But there's going to be an entire new feature, and it's going to be a Mighty Pokemon. Mighty Pokemon are going to have a higher IV spread there than usual. They're going to have Shiny potential for the 3rd stage, which we're going to see later as well, why it's like so important. They're harder to catch. And basically in the Sword and Shield games, there were also Mighty Pokemon available. They had like somewhat of an orange aura around them. Maybe we're going to see it on the map as well with that. And they were better IVs basically. They had a lot of times also better abilities, which in this case are not in Pokemon Go. But yeah, basically we're going to have a shiny option for this Pokemon that's going to have the Mighty feature, which is not every Pokemon, which you're going to see afterwards as well. And we're going to get a new Pokemon Go Safari Ball. Also, the event is free, other than a paid part of it, which you don't have to get, but you can get. So everything that we're going to talk about right now is going to be free. Everything of this you can go just play during the day there for like the 2 days of November and actually interesting, 23rd November and 24th November. But the event ends not at 6 but 6:15. So I would imagine that for the last 15 minutes of the event there might be something special happening. Could see that, because otherwise I don't really see why they have like such weird timing for that. But anyway, we're going to have the new feature of Mighty Pokemon we talked about and all of the kind of differences there already. They can also be more like the XL or XXL. We're going to see here basically the electric type Pokemon that are spawning, which is depending on which habitat we have. Like it's rotating habitat every hour, basically have a different one. And also apparently here the Mighty Pokemon can appear regardless of the habitat hours, or like there could be different kind of ones for that. We're going to have here the electric type Pokemon first, which are just standard ones, honestly. Maybe the I think Hisuian form of the Voltorb might be an interesting one to take a look at. The rest is not really that special. For poison we have some more Hisuian Pokemon again as well, which is kind of cool there. But honestly, spawn wise, I don't really see like the excitement for this event, I have to say. So I feel like it is mainly towards all the other features that are currently going on for that event. Of course, one of them is the debut of Toxtricity. That's Toxo and Toxtricity, that's the names, which you see up here already. Very, very cool there. Also, of course, the Dynamax forms there on the side as well, which is cool that we can see them here already. You're going to have here the Saturday. This is basically like those exclamation marks are those mightiest Pokemon. For Saturday, we're going to have the option to get Pidgeot, which has also, if you see like the TM on the top left corner, means I have the Community Day move of, in this case, it was Gust, I think. Gust Pidgeot. We're going to have also the Gyarados, we have the Golem, and of course we're gonna see here basically all the end evolutions of Pokemon, which I like because it's something that Niantic or like Pokemon Go generally were missing. There was basically, like there was of course the option to catch like end Pokemon in the game already, but it was very, very rare that you're going to encounter something like a 3-stage evolution. If you take a look at the current main series games, you have a lot of times like at the end areas basically where you can just catch all of the evolutions anyway, and Pokemon Go never really did this. And as you can see here, all of the end evolutions are going to have the chance of being shiny, which is finally the case for this one, which is really good. But anyway. Otherwise, you're going to see here as well the race that you're going to have for Saturday. Apparently, Luxray and that centipede thingy there. Forgot what this name was. We're going to have on Sunday then the Venusaur, which is kind of cool, and the I honestly, like, I just woke up most likely, and that's most likely why I cannot really say the names right now, but that is fine. But we have 4-star rates apparently all the time for the Toxtricity, as well as 5-star rates all the time for the Dialga and Palkia, which is kind of cool that they came back now for the people that missed it the last time around. That is quite huge that they're coming back, because especially Spatial Rent is one of the best side effects that you can have in Pokemon Go right now. Of course, in Pokemon Go, the Fire Ball is going to be available. It will make capturing mighty Pokemon much easier, so all unused Safari Balls will expire and disappear from your bag after the event is over. So use those balls then for the mightiest Pokemon. You cannot really keep them as well, so yeah, definitely something that you should keep in mind as well. Use them for mightiest Pokemon. Definitely going to help you out. Then we're going to have the ticket holder exclusive ones here down there. We're going to get some avatar items. You're going to have to pay $12 here apparently. You're going to get specific research path that you can use. You have increased shiny odds for the Pokemon, which is cool. But like again, there's like nothing too crazy. And then in my opinion, we have some collection challenges. We're going to have double catch and hedge candy, which is cool. We're going to have 1/2 hedge distance. We have 2 times hedge Stardust and XP, which is kind of sad that's not for catching. We're going to have 5 raid passes each day. We're going to have 5,000 XP each raid basically that you're going to do. 4 additional Candy XL from 4-star and higher raids. That is actually ridiculous. Because like, never mind. No, actually for like the legendary, I thought like, oh no, it's additional. So you get like 7 for 1 raid of a Dialga. That is mad. Like if you don't have a Dialga and the Palkia yet and you really want to get those Pokemon, this is the event to get them. It is mad. That's ridiculous. I didn't even see this there yet, but like you're going to be easily able also to get the XL Candy for Toxtricity then with that as well, which is really cool. Up to 6 special traits, which is really cool as well, with the reduced Stardust cost there. And we have 3 event snapshots encounters per day. And I think they're most likely going to be special, I would imagine. An increased chance of hatching Toxel from 10km X. It can also be shiny, which is really, really cool. So definitely a cool one there. I like this one. I like the option that a lot of things are free here and some are not. Also, we have like here some extra things down there. We have Lure that will last 2 hours, which is really cool. We have a special background. We're going to have event-themed field research. We're going to have the featured tags, which I already talked about, and 1 event snapshot encounter per day. So basically you get some additional ones. Most likely going to be something like a Toxel or whatever. I would imagine it's a good one if they limit it to 1/3 there. And then some avatar items as well. All of this stuff above is free. All of this down below is paid. And we can move on to a Pokemon I really need to talk about right now as well, which is going to be from the Pokemon group here. We're going to see the stats for Auroreel. And Auroreel is apparently now the best charge move in the game. By far, in my opinion. You're going to have a power of 100, which is very strong, especially for 45 energy. That is very, very strong. But you also have a 100% chance to increase your own attack by 1 stage. That's ridiculous. Like, that is really making Morpekos an interesting Pokemon for PvP. And I like this because it's still not going to make it overpowered. While the move itself is overpowered, Morpekos was so lacking behind before already that now this thing actually has some kind of viability there. Like, I think it's going to be something that you can use. When is Morpekos gonna get released? I actually don't know yet. Maybe it was already released, announced. Then it would be really nice if you would let me know down below in the comment section. But otherwise, I would imagine it's going to be for the magnetic study event here as well, which would make more sense. Or like for the unannounced research day, who knows really, like there are a lot of events coming up here. But Morpekos, going to be very interesting. Here we're gonna see as well, Auroreel is a special move. If you didn't know, Morpekos has 2 different kind of forms that changes when it uses Auroreel. When it uses Auroreel, it changes to like either the hungry form or the normal form basically of it. And depending on which form you either have the Electro Auroreel or the Dark type Auroreel, which makes it a bit awkward in terms of type coverage. What you see as well is that Morpekos doesn't have a great overall stat product, which is fine though, because again, Auroreel is a very strong move. It has great pacing with Thundershock. Thundershock is going to allow it to, you basically can use it after 5 fast moves, which is ridiculous for a 100 damage move. So that's going to be, especially for a self-buffing 100 damage move, so that's going to be very, very good. And then you're going to have Crunch here as well as a potential option. We have Payback, which would do even more damage, but also takes more energy. We have Thunderbolt, which you're never going to see on this Pokemon. You have Wild Shot, which is a good alternative option for electric type moves. And now it depends on what you want to do, because as you gonna swap your typing of the Aura Wheel, you're always going to end up with at least 2 times the same coverage. Like either you start with double electric coverage, or if you use one Aura Wheel, which is the main move that you want to go, you're gonna have double dark coverage. So what are you gonna do now? I could see a case happening where the main moveset is Thunder Shock, Aura Wheel, and Wild Charge. I could see this being the case. I could also see Crunch being the case. Here, Crunch going to have the option as well to debuff the opponent's defense, which is kind of cool and gives you better play in the beginning. But as soon as you're going to go for one Aura Wheel, you're going to have the same kind of coverage again. And Wild Charge does, I think, the same amount of damage as Aura Wheel, but debuffs yourself. And basically, I think it's going to be the best moveset going to be to run the triple electric moveset, of course, which you cannot really test out right now as well. But here it would be with Crunch. Looks very balanced with triple electric. It's looking okay as well. And of course, we also have the other Aura Wheel here as well. Aura Wheel with the dark typing. We're gonna see here as well real quick. It's going to make it even stronger as well. Like, I would imagine, honestly, I can see this Pokemon having play in even tournament meta. Yeah, of course, it's not going to be crazy in terms of the typing or the stats, but the move itself makes it such an interesting pick that I would be curious if this doesn't have like any other play at all. Here we're gonna see again those two against each other here, one time with Wild Charge and the Aura Wheel Dark, so basically afterwards. But usually you're gonna have a boost already at this point anyway with +1, which is going to be quite ridiculous. And here just the standard starting moveset maybe with Crunch and Electro and the Aura Wheel Electro. Like, there is going to be a lot of play for this Pokemon. It's gonna die to any kind of DSB, it's gonna die to any kind of ground type Pokemon. It is not broken, don't get me wrong. The move is totally fine. Niantic leaves the move like this, it's happy, good job there, like that. But it's definitely a very strong Pokemon to consider for the future. Here, Aura Wheel again compared, I can even take a look at a Wild Charge real quick. And Wild Charge is exactly the same amount of damage, but instead of dropping your defense by 2 stages, you buff your own attack by 1 stage. And that is very, very cool. And I like this. I like this a lot. This Pokemon itself has some other problems outside of the move pool. And so giving it a very strong move here is going to help it out quite a bit. Good job, Niantic, there. Please leave it like this. It is a great move. Don't change anything. Please just leave it. It is great. I like it. Makes a lot of sense. Perfect. Thank you. This is going to be it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you later for a video. Or maybe even 2. Who knows? See you then. Bye-bye.